This video is brought to you by Brilliant. Today, Europe's far-right parliamentary group kicks out the AfD, the UK general election campaign gets rolling, and China steps up military drills around Taiwan. From TLDR News, this is your daily briefing for Friday the 24th of May, 2024. Europe's far-right parliamentary bloc, the Identity and Democracy, or ID group, has kicked out Germany's Alternative for Deutschland party after a scandal involving its top candidate, Maximilian Krah. It comes just 2 weeks before the EU parliamentary elections, exacerbating major divisions within the European right. In a statement published yesterday, the ID group said it had decided to exclude the German delegation, AfD, with immediate effect, adding that it no longer wants to be associated with the incidents involving Maximilian Krah. For context, these incidents are statements Krah made earlier this week in a newspaper interview, in which he said that not all members of Hitler's SS, the Nazi paramilitary group responsible for the Holocaust, were criminals. He added that many SS members were, quote, simple farmers who didn't have another choice. Krah's comments sparked fierce backlash around Europe, and he subsequently resigned from the AfD's executive committee, saying the party must preserve its unity. Now, if you've been following the TLDR EU channel, you'll know that this is just the latest incident out of many to have rattled the AfD in recent years. A former ally of the AfD over in France and the founder of the ID group, Marine Le Pen's Rassemblement National Party has, over the past few months, begun distancing itself from the AfD. The two parties' relationship began to sour in January, when it was revealed that AfD politicians had held secret meetings with white supremacists to discuss deporting millions of Germans with immigrant backgrounds, and this week, Krah's statements became the final nail in the coffin. Speaking to a radio station on Wednesday, Le Pen said, "Enough is enough now. The AfD is just going from one provocation to another." So, how did the AfD actually end up getting kicked out of the ID group? Well, the decision was close, as not all parties agreed. France's RN, Italy's League Party, and Belgium's Vlaams Belang voted to expel the AfD's 9 members, while Austria's Freedom Party and Estonia's Conservative People's Party voted to keep them. The Czech and Danish ID parties abstained, although this effectively worked as a move to support expulsion. This now means that the ID group is down to just 7 member parties, the minimum required to form an official parliamentary faction. For its part, though, the AfD remains optimistic about its chances in the elections, with polls predicting that it will win 15 or 16 MEPs, up from the 11 it won last time in 2019. There's more on the way, but remember to subscribe and ring the bell for more daily briefing on Tuesday. Plus, if you want to support the channel like Max Sharpstein, then consider joining the new TLDR membership programme for just $1.99. It's day 2 of the campaign here in the UK, and we're now starting to get a sense of what to expect from the next few weeks. In the last 24 hours, we've heard the first tentative plans for the live TV debates. For their part, the Conservatives appear to be pushing for regular weekly debates, whereas Labour have pushed for only 2, one on the BBC and one on ITV. It seems that, with a 20-point polling deficit, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's thinking that he has little to lose in these debates, and a lot to gain. The inverse, however, is true for Labour leader Keir Starmer. Additionally, we've also heard that Reform UK Honorary Chairman Nigel Farage will not be seeking a seat in Westminster in this particular election, something that will come as welcome news from Rishi Sunak, who's already worried about Reform's vote share at the general election. The return of Farage could have boosted Reform's already impressive polling, with this threatening Tory polling even further. With such a short campaign period, the election actually takes place 6 weeks yesterday, we're likely to see a lot of updates on the campaign in a short time frame. Updates that we'll be bringing you in the daily briefing all the way up to Election Day. Now over to one of the more dangerous conflict hotspots in the world, Taiwan. After conducting large-scale drills around Taiwan to assess its ability to seize power over the island, today China has warned the small island over war, saying it would ramp up countermeasures until complete reunification was achieved. So far, the drills have involved China's Army, Navy, Air Force and Rocket Force in the Taiwan Strait and surrounding areas. Taiwan has denounced these exercises as irrational provocations, and in response has scrambled jets, deployed Navy vessels to monitor the PLA, and moved anti-ship missile systems to coastal areas. These heightened tensions, with China toughening its language and openly using the term war, coincides with the inauguration of Taiwan's new president, Lai Ching-te, who Beijing views as a separatist. President Lai's first week in office has been politically challenging, with China refusing his offer for dialogue. In fact, China's foreign ministry spokesperson threatened Lai yesterday, saying Taiwan's independent forces will be left with their heads broken and blood flowing after colliding against the great trend of China achieving complete unification. Whilst rhetoric's been high, the current drills are actually smaller in scale than those held in 2022 and 2023. Nevertheless, these rising tensions are bad news. A conflict over Taiwan would be catastrophic and likely involve other countries in the region and beyond. Yesterday, the UN voted on a draft resolution, sponsored by Germany and Rwanda, to commemorate July the 11th as the Day of Remembrance for the Srebrenica Genocide, in which 8,000 Bosniaks were murdered in the eastern town of Srebrenica in Bosnia and Herzegovina during the Bosnian War by Bosnian Serb forces. The resolution condemns the denial of genocide, emphasises the importance of continuing to find and identify the remaining victims, and calls for the continued persecution of individuals who perpetuated the genocide. However, ahead of the vote, Serbia's President Aleksandar Vučić condemned the resolution. He claimed that the preparations for the resolution were not an inclusive nor transparent process, that the resolution condemns all Serbian people as genocidal, and that the resolution will not bring reconciliation in the region, but rather open a Pandora's box. In the end, 84 countries voted in favour, 19 against, and 68 abstained. Notably, China, Russia and Hungary voted against the resolution. Bosnia and Herzegovina's foreign ministry announced today that Bosnia will send protest notes to the 19 countries that voted against the resolution. Whilst Vučić's ally, the nationalist leader of the Bosnian separate entity, Republika Srpska, said yesterday that in the next 30 days he will present an agreement on peaceful separation of Srpska from Bosnia. In today's uplifting news, a 1-year-old toddler from Ghana has been recognised as the world's youngest male artist after selling his work at a professional exhibition, with his first masterpiece titled The Crawl. Ace Liam Nana Samankra was just 1 year and 152 days old when he received the accolade from Guinness World Records, having exhibited his work at Accra's Museum of Science and Technology back in December. He sold 9 out of his 10 pieces of work on display and was even commissioned to paint a painting for Ghana's First Lady. Although he's too young to comment, we're sure he must be chuffed, and we're looking forward to seeing what he creates next. When making videos like this, we rely on tons of data analysis to interpret crucial economic data and understand political decisions. But this kind of analysis isn't just crucial for our jobs. As our world becomes more driven by AI and data, your job will likely require more analytical skills too. That's why we've been using Brilliant. Brilliant is the STEM learning platform which can teach you all the skills you'll need in an increasingly digital workplace. They've just introduced a whole collection of new programming and LLM courses, suitable for learners at any level, taking you through everything from learning Python to understanding the importance of training data. And Brilliant isn't just about memorization and lectures. Brilliant teaches you by doing, using active learning techniques to teach you the principles behind otherwise quite complex topics, and ensuring that you actually understand what's going on, with thousands of interactive lessons in maths, data analysis, programming, and AI. All of Brilliant's courses are split into easy-to-digest chunks, meaning you can quickly and easily gain real knowledge in just a few minutes a day, with fun lessons you can do whenever you have time, replacing mindless scrolling on the bus or waiting for coffee with something stimulating and rewarding. To gain access to Brilliant for free for a full 30 days, head to brilliant.org/TLDR. or click the link in the description. That way you'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription, and they'll know that you came from us, which really helps us out. Thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video, and thank you for your support.